They were standing on the edge of a huge chessboard, behind the black chessmen, which were all taller than they were and curved from what looked like black stone. Facing them, way across the chamber, were the high pieces. Harry, Ron, and Hermione shivered slightly. The towering white chessmen had no faces. "Now what do we do?" Harry whispered. "Now, obvious, isn't it?" said Ron. "We've got to play our way across the room." Behind the white pieces, they could see another door. "How?" said Hermione nervously. "I think," said Ron, "we're going to have to be a chessman." He walked up to a black knight and put his hand out to touch the knight's horse. At once, the stone sprang to life. The horse pawed the ground, and the knight turned his helmet head to look down at Ron. "Do we have to join you to get across?" The Black Knight nodded. Ron turned to the other two. "This needs thinking about," he said. "I suppose we've got to take the places of 3 of black pieces." Harry and Hermione stayed quiet, watching Ron thinking. Finally he said, "Now, don't be offended over anything, but neither of you are that good at chess." "We're not offended," said Harry quickly. "Just tell us what to do." "Well, Harry, you take the place of the bishop, and Hermione, you go there instead of that castle." "What about you?" "I'm going to be a knight," said Ron. The chessmen seemed to have been listening, because all as three words, a knight, a bishop, and a castle, turned their backs on the white pieces and walked off the board, leaving 3 empty squares, what Harry, Ron, and Hermione took. "White always plays first in chess," said Ron, peering across the board. "Yes, look." A white pawn had moved forward 2 squares. Ron started to direct the black pieces. They moved silently wherever he sent them. Harry's knees were trembling. What if they lost? Harry moved diagonally 4 squares to the right. Their first real shock came when their other knight was taken. The white queen smashed him into the floor and dragged him off the board, where he lay quite still, face down. "Had you let that happen?" said Ron, looking shaken. "Leave you free to take that bishop," Hermione go on. Every time one of their men was lost, the white pieces showed no mercy. Soon there was a huddle of lean black players slammed along the wall. Twice, Ron only just noticed in time that Harry and Hermione were in danger. He himself darted around the board, taking almost as many white pieces as they had lost black ones. "We're nearly there," he muttered suddenly. It's the only way. I've got to be taken." "No!" Harry and Hermione shouted. "That's chess!" snapped Ron. "You've got to make some sacrifice. I'll make my move and she'll take me. That leaves you free to chessmate the king." "Harry, but do you want to stop Snape or not? Ron, Look, if you don't hurry, he'll already have the stone. There was no alternative. Ready? Ron called, his face pale but determined. Here we go. Now, don't hang around once you've won. He stepped forward, and the White Queen pounced. She struck Ron, hurled across his head with her stone arm, and he crashed to the floor. Hermione screamed but stayed on her square. The White Queen dragged Ron to the side. He looked as if he'd been knocked out. Shaking, Harry moved 3 spaces to the left. The White King took off his crown and threw it at Harry's feet. They had won. The chessmen parted and bowed, leaving the door ahead clear. With one last desperate look back at Ron, Harry and Hermione charged through the door and up the next passage. What if he'll be all right, said Harry, trying to convince himself. What do you reckon next? We've had sprouts. That was the devil's snare. Flitwick must have put charms on the keys. McGonagall transfigured the chessmen to make them alive. The leaves Quirrell's spell and Snape's. They had reached another door. All right, Harry whispered. Go on. Harry pushed it open. A disgusting smell filled their nostrils, making both of them pull their robes up over their noses. Eye-watering, they saw flat on the floor in front of them a troll even larger than the one they had tackled, out cold with a bloody lump on its head. I'm glad we didn't have to fight them one, Harry whispered as they stepped carefully over one of its massive legs. Come on, I can't breathe. He pulled open the next door, both of them hardly daring to look at what came next. But there was nothing very frightening in there. Just a table with 7 directly shaped bottles standing on in lines. Snape's, said Harry. What do we have to do? They stepped over the threshold, and immediately a fire sprang up behind them in the doorway. It wasn't ordinary fire either. It was purple. At the same instant, black flames shot up in the doorway, leading onward. They were trapped. Look, Hermione seized a roll of paper lying next to the bottles. Harry looked over her shoulder to read it. Danger lies before you, while safety lies behind. 2 of us will help you, whichever you would find. 1 among the 7 will let you move ahead. Other will transport the drinker back inside. 2 amongst our number hold only noble wines. 3 of us are killers waiting hidden in line. Choose unless you wish to stay forevermore. To help you in your choice, we've given you 3 clues for. First, however silly the potions try to hide, you will always find some noble wine left side. Second, different are those who stand at either end. But if you would move onward, neither is your friends. Third, as you see clearly, all are different size. Neither dwarf nor giant holds death in their insides. Fourth, the second left and the second on the right are twins once you taste them, though different at first sight. Hermione let out a great sigh, and Harry amazed, saw that she was smiling. The very last thing he felt like doing. Brilliant, said Hermione. This isn't magic. It's a logic, a puzzle. A lot of the great wizards haven't got an ounce of logic. They'd be stuck in here forever. But so will we, won't we? Of course not, said Hermione. Everything we need is here on this paper. 7 bottles, 3 are potions, 2 are wine, 1 will get you safely through the black fire, and 1 will get us back through the purple. But how do you know which to drink? Give me a minute. Hermione read the paper several times. Then she walked up and threw down the lined bottles, muttering to herself and pointing at them. At last she clapped her hands. Got it, she said. The smallest bottle will get us through the black fire, toward the stone. Harry looked at the tiny bottle. There's only enough there for one of us, he said. That's hardly 1 swallow. They looked at each other. Which one will get you back through the purple flames? Hermione pointed at the rounded bottle in the right end of the line. You drink that, said Harry. Now listen, get back and get Ron. Grab brooms from the flying key room. They'll get you out of the trapdoor and past Fluffy. So straight to the owlery and send Hagrid to Dumbledore. We need him. I might be able to hold Snape off for a while, but I'm no match for him really. But Harry, what if you know who is with him? Well, I was lucky once, wasn't I? Said Harry, pointing at his skirt. I might get lucky again. Hermione's lip trembled, and she suddenly dashed at Harry and threw her arms around him. Hermione! Harry, you're a great wizard, you know. I'm not as good as you, said Harry, very embarrassed as she let go on him. Me, said Hermione. Books and cleverness. There are more important things. Friendship and bravery. And, oh, Harry, be careful. You drink first, said Harry. You are sure which is which, aren't you? Positive, said Hermione. She took a long drink from the round bottle at the end and shuddered. It's no potion, said Harry anxiously. No, but it feels like ice. Quickly go before it wears off. Good luck. Take care. Go. Hermione turned and walked straight through the purple fire. Harry took a deep breath and picked up the smallest bottle. He turned to face the black flames. Here I come, he said, and he drained the little bottle in one gulp. It was ignited as though ice was flooding his body. But he put the bottle down and walked forward. He braced himself, saw the black flames licking his body, but couldn't feel them. For a moment he couldn't see nothing but dark fire. Then he was on the other side, in the last chamber. There was already someone, but it wasn't Snape. It wasn't even Voldemort.